Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel once again, and this is going to be another movie review. So, we continue our look at Halloween, or even just like scary-ish movies, and this one is definitely an interesting one. And one from my childhood, one I watched many moons ago. But does it still hold up? Let's find out, because today we are reviewing Coraline. So, as always, I'm not professional movie reviewer or analyst, just a man who enjoys a good time, and I definitely had a really good time with this movie. The thing about this movie compared to Hocus Pocus, which I reviewed earlier in the week, I believe on Wednesday, so if you haven't already, go check out that review. But the differences between that and this is that Hocus Pocus was um, a lot more just more so a fun movie. Yeah, just kind of a fun little movie. Which isn't, of course, a bad thing. But this one is also this movie Coraline is also pretty fun, but also has definitely kind of a message behind it, and it is based off it is also based off a book, as well. Hell from looks like 2002. So it is based off a book, and according to the wiki here her as soon as like the book was finished, they already were talking about making a movie adaptation out of which of course movie adaptations of books obviously nothing new, but the fact that and according to the wiki here, it was like as it was being finished up. Oh um oh I guess, and that's not uncommon either for like books specifically made for movie adaptations. But having a book and then going right into a movie adaptation is pretty cool to think about. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So if you've seen these reviews of mine before, you kind of already know how this works. If you haven't, I'm gonna be talking about what I liked and what I disliked about the movie. Starting with what I liked, the animation, in which I think is one of like a lot of people's favorite parts of this movie. This animation, like the animation behind it, is stop motion and everything, and kind of like claymation and everything. But it looks really fantastic, and it does have like that darker kind of gritty, kind of scary tone to it. It looks grotesque in parts, but it still looks good. Compared to another movie with kind of a similar style that I can think of, Monster House, which I reviewed last year for the Halloween season. If you haven't already, go check out that review. But compared to that, I feel like this movie Coraline was able to kind of essentially able to kind of have their cake and eat it too. Where they have kind of that like dark kind of the very dark, not necessarily gritty, because you still gotta make it somewhat for kids, but very much dark, grim. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Grim tone behind it, while still looking really fantastic. Like the animations and everything looks really nice and just really pleasing to the eye. The stuff that's supposed to be dark and grotesque, as it does look very dark and grotesque, as versus the stuff that's supposed to look pretty does look very pretty. So the animation is fantastic in this movie. He and the character, or the main character Coraline, you can kind of resonate with her. She's a bit standoffish at times and a bit of a jerk at times, but you kind of understand. For starters, she's moving into this new house. Her parents, because they're constantly working, very rarely have time for her, or so she feels isolated. The new kid she tries to make friends with, or more so, he tries to make friends with her, or YB. He's very talkative, so she's kind of like put off by him. So that's in the normal world. But then she goes to this alternate universe where like everything's crafted just for her. Like in her previous world, the food's like terrible, like crap and everything. But in this new world, like they got like pancakes and French toast and eggs and bacon, and he can they're able to like garden and stuff, which Coraline loves, like garden and plant life and stuff. YB is silent because her other mother, her so she has another set of parents, other mother and other father, her to mirror like her regular parents, and to have they've silenced YB. He, uh, and and there's also alternate versions of her other neighbors, such as Mr. Bobinski, aka Mr. B. And the twins, April and Miriam. I don't know if they're necessarily twins, but they are a performing duo. I think performing duo is what I meant to say. So hey, they're able to put on performances, even though like in the regular world their performances are like very not great. In fact, they're both kind of out of practice. But in the other world, they're performing and stuff like that. Mr. B has the mouse circuit, is and stuff like that. I mean, while the others have like this whole routine, they got like the dogs and everything. So just this so that's this other almost like a paradise essentially. Like everything going wrong in this other world, like everything else kind of sucks. But then in this alternate world, everything is like fantastic and great, except for one thing, and that is that that other mother requests that Coraline, if Coraline does want to stay in this alternate world forever, her parents, like her regular parents, think it's just her imagination. But if she wants to stay in this alternate world forever, she has to sew buttons in her eyes. Yep, she's got to replace her eyes with button eyes because everybody in the alternate world has the button eyes. But Coraline obviously says, no way. He refuses them, and then that's when the true nature of the alternate world kind of comes out, that the other mother is kind of like the puppet master, and things become like darker and grim and evil. There's other lost children there, so Coraline has to set them free. Her parents are seemingly kidnapped. So she has to rescue them. She has to rescue alternate YB. She gets some help from the cat, who in her regular world he can't talk, but in the alternate world he can. Same cat though, but whether or not he's able to talk depends on which of the two worlds he's in. And so Coraline does eventually defeat the other mother. The hand, which is severed from the other mother, then still tries to attack Coraline and everything, and actually steals the children's eyes. Not the children's eyes, but the key, I should say, because as there's a door. I know I'm kind of all over the place talking about this, but the movie does throw quite a bit at you. But there's a door to the other place, so. And it can only be activated, I guess, with the key, a certain key with like a button on the end. The hand tries to grab the key. Eventually, the hand is smashed by YB, who at first doesn't believe Coraline with the alternate world, but then after talking with his grandmother, has revealed that the alternate world is real. So they smash the hand, and then I should say the hand, and then throw it down the well. It's a very, very deep well, so it's not coming back out. But yeah, so eventually, her parents they do get their, because the thing is they're writing a plant catalog, so they get that published, and then they have a party and everything, so they finally make time for her, and things do kind of get resolved, which is nice. So yeah, like I said, kind of all over the place with that plot, but I think it's really well done. And it's somewhat of a familiar concept, kind of the whole too much of a good thing isn't such a good thing kind of concept, or that all that glitters is not gold, where things are things are not always what they seem. Kind of those concepts, like the movie does kind of play with those concepts, and it almost it's something in theory that if it goes wrong, it could feel like rehashed, like overdone, like that concept's been done before. But the movie definitely makes it feel fresh, presenting this whole alternate world, showing how things are falling apart when Coraline rejects the new world, and showing how things do become a lot grimmer and stuff. The mice actually turn out to be rats, which I'm not necessarily scared of rats. I was a while ago, but they more so just creep the hell out of me, and I think this movie is why, because the rats are done very, very grotesquely. They look very, very gross. Those the mice look all cute and stuff, and then the rats look like all like creepy and stuff. Which, I think this movie definitely kind of instilled that in me. And the thing is, I've seen mice and I've seen rats. The movie's not too far off. That's the crazy thing, but yeah. So, there's that difference there. The dogs actually turn into like dog bats. That's in the alternate world, which is insane. And yeah, so I was seeing pretty much seeing how Coraline's dreams essentially become nightmares when she rejects them, because obviously she's not sewing buttons in her eyes, and now she feels uncomfortable, which is again understandable. So, like I said, you do sympathize with Coraline to an extent, but you also understand her being a little bit bratty at times, and the movie does kind of try to do both with her character. It's not like you feel a certain way about Coraline despite what the movie tries to say. No, the movie does establish Coraline's a bit of a brat, but it is kind of justified at times. But yeah, and the animations and the visuals of the movie do add to it tremendously and really makes it come to life. I feel and I feel like it is definitely fantastic in terms of how it is done, and how the world does seem like a paradise. Like, you got these incredible gardens and stuff, and the garden actually looks like Coraline, and also that's another running gag, is that everybody aside from her parents accidentally call her Caroline when in actuality it's Coraline, but they get the name right in the alternate universe. Essentially, I think that's also the movie making a joke at the name as well itself of Coraline. The fact that it probably should be Caroline, but it's not, because Caroline is not an average girl, so she has an unaverage name, which YB actually does point out. Which man, you do kind of feel for YB. He is kind of creepy and kind of stalkerish, but at the same time, he was literally called YB, which is short for why born, which, damn, that is messed up. But I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but this movie is really, really good, really great. When it comes to that, I tend to kind of cram all my thoughts because I have a lot circling around this movie. It's all great stuff, and honestly, no amount of words can really do it justice. Definitely check out this movie. If I did have to find some things not to like, in terms of what I didn't really like as much about the movie, for starters, I feel like it does kind of take a little bit to really get going. It does start off pretty slow. But once the alternate world is kind of revealed, that's when things start to pick up. But it is kind of slow moving in the beginning, which makes sense. It kind of ease you in and everything. But at the same time, it does take a little bit to really, get going. But then, and at the end does kind of drag out. We have Coraline defeating the other mother. She escapes her. Then the hand is severed. Then you think that's it, but no, she reunites with the angels of the kids' eyes that she saved, the kids that got trapped in the alternate world. Well, she saves them. You think that's the end, but then the hand tries to attack, and then it's smashed by the rock, and that's kind of the final thing where it ends at. And then they have kind of the garden party, kind of a weird way to end it. I feel like it probably should have ended with Coraline defeating the other mother, or definitively defeating her, and it kind of ends off there. They resolve it afterwards, and then it kind of ends off. I feel like having the hand still go after, and then they have to destroy the hand, I think was kind of weird ending. Either that, or put the hand right after her, have the hand right after go after Coraline, and then end off there. But it did end kind of weird. But otherwise, still a really solid movie. Definitely recommend checking it out. This is a lot A lot of people really do love this movie, and it's understandable why. But nevertheless, that is going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on Coraline, the movie, and my review. Did you like select the movie? Did you like select my review of the movie? Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.